All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're back here talking about Sacramento. This team is the most slept on team in the entire National Basketball Association. Currently, at the time of this recording, they have 5 straight wins. That will probably change by the time a lot of you guys watch this video, when they will have 6 straight after taking down Minnesota tonight on Saturday, March 4th. But regardless, that's not what we're even here to talk about. When we take a look at the Western Conference standings, which is in general just an absolutely loaded conference, one of the reasons I'm making this video here today is because Sacramento got another great win where they showed up when they needed to show up. They did what they needed to do when they had to do it, and it wasn't always pretty, but one thing remains the same. The Sacramento Kings win basketball games when they need to win basketball games. That is extremely important. This squad has not lost a game since we've come back from All-Star break, and they've taken down playoff capable or playoff caliber teams the entire time. Portland, the Clippers, OKC twice, the Clippers last night, hopefully tonight against Minnesota, but they're just finding ways to win. You know, the rebuttal to last night's game against the Clippers was, oh, we didn't have Kawhi Leonard. You know, it wasn't a perfect win from Sacramento because we didn't have Kawhi. We weren't at full strength. They wouldn't have beaten us at full strength. Well, Sacramento in crunch time is the best in the league. All right. When they need to win games, they find ways to win games. Sacramento last night improved to a league-leading 17-8 in the last 2 minutes when the scoring margin is 2 points or less, with a net rating of plus 18.3. That is by far the best in the NBA. They have the star power. They play defense. They play a lot better defense than people will give them credit. A lot of people just look at the statistic, oh, the defensive rating, they're ranked 26th in the league. Well, that's what happens when you have the most efficient offense and high-powered offense in like possibly ever, but especially in recent memory. When they're making a lot of threes, or they're attempting a lot of threes, they're getting down below, they're getting to the rim, they're just playing with an extremely fast pace that also equates to a lot more possessions for the opposing team, hence their low defensive rating. When this squad needs to step up and play defense, that's exactly what they do. When we take a look even at their starting lineup, Harrison Barnes, we know he's a good defender. Keegan Murray has improved vastly since the start of the season on the defensive end. Domantas Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox taking leaps this season. Kevin Huerter as well. All 3 of those players are improving on a week-to-week, game-by-game basis on the defensive side. We've always seen De'Aaron Fox's defensive capability. That's in full swing this season. Domantas Sabonis is not like a extremely elite defender, and the reason for that is because people like to look at the block category and be like, oh, he doesn't average blocks, therefore he's a big man, he doesn't average blocks, so that must mean he's not good at protecting the rim and playing good defense. Well, that's not the case. All right, that's just simply not the case. Before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. Kings fans, I appreciate you guys so much. I've been making Kings videos pretty much every single day for the last week or so. This is 100% because I'm a Bulls fan, all right? This is definitely the team that I'm going to be not only keeping a close eye on, but this is probably the team I'll be rooting for in the playoffs, because who doesn't love an underdog story? Everybody in the league thinks, oh, Kings to the finals? That's ridiculous, except for the Kings and Kings fans. And once again, just people who are like in tune with the NBA. I talked about this in my video yesterday. I've never made a sports bet in my entire life. I just threw on a bet 100-1 for the Sacramento Kings to win the NBA finals, because it was just too good to not know. This isn't a sports betting or gambling channel, but that's how confident and comfortable I feel with this team. You know, we know long-term Sacramento looks extremely good, and that's not even really a question. But we continue to see this all the time, and specifically the last 2 games that they've played against the Los Angeles Clippers, where, you know, keep in mind, I know the Clippers have not won a game since Russell Westbrook came to town, but Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, even though Kawhi didn't play last night, Russell Westbrook, this is one of the deepest teams in the entire NBA. And I know, like I said, this team is battling a desperate losing streak since Russ got into town, but still, they're one of the best teams in the Western Conference, even though their record has them at 33-33. Nonetheless, the Kings, on the contrary to the rebuttal of, or the argument to, oh yeah, we didn't have Kawhi Leonard, we weren't at full strength, blah, 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 blah. On the rebuttal side of that, the Sacramento Kings did not play a great basketball game. They did shoot 53% from downtown. They did have 26 of 26 from the free throw line. They only turned, 11 turnovers isn't crazy. It's nothing like, it's just right there in the middle. The thing is, great teams find ways to win basketball games. And if you can see what I'm getting to here, that's going to mean everything once we get into the playoffs. All right. Now, I still think Sacramento will be able to climb up to the 2 seed, especially with the recent news and just kind of all the stuff going on surrounding the Memphis Grizzlies right now. But even if that wasn't happening, I think Sacramento will climb their way up to number 2. Now, hopefully, I think Memphis has enough of a lead to not let Phoenix or Golden State creep up in there because, I'm not worried if I'm the Kings about any first round opponent, but like ideally, in the second round, I would like to play Memphis as opposed to Denver, Golden State, or Phoenix. But it's neither here nor there. We'll deal with that when it comes. Still, getting to the playoffs and finishing the season strong for Sacramento. That remains number 1 on the list. But great teams find ways to win. All right, Sacramento, especially late in the game, they could not knock down threes. Unless your name was Keegan or Kevin, the three-point shooting on Sacramento last night was abysmal. It was horrible. They could not make threes, yet somehow, some way, even without making like a field goal up until the last, minute of the game. The Kings went several minutes in crunch time without making a field goal. A lot of their points, pretty much all of their points were free throws. But that's the thing. It doesn't always have to be pretty. It doesn't always have to be sexy. And even if we look at like 3-point shooting, well, statistically, they're the 10th best team in the league. They've made the 7 most threes in the league. And I don't think people are really questioning, can the Sacramento Kings make threes? Like that's not the argument. If it is, it's a really bad argument. So I don't see why this Kings team can't go deep, but what I'm loving right now is how they're proving everybody wrong, because it was like, they have, a really difficult schedule to finish off this season. They're currently the 3 seed. Phoenix just got Kevin Durant. Golden State's starting to figure it out a little bit. Sacramento, their best bet is to hold on to that 4 spot, or to hold on to a home playoff spot and go from 3 to 4. Well, just like that, out of thin air, it feels like, although that's once again, Kings fans know that's not quite the case. This Kings team is actually just extremely good. It's, let's get the 2 spot. And regardless, I think it's pretty interesting. I was reading a power ranking article and they had Sacramento at number 9. I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that. That's how good the Western Conference is. If you have the 3rd seed and you're a game behind Memphis right now for number 2, there's no way you're the 9th best team in the NBA. So let me know what you guys are thinking about that. As always, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NBA content. We talk Kings on my show all the time. I'll pin it down below in my comment section, but let me know what you guys are thinking about Sacramento right now. I'll see you guys later.